Holy cow, Bandidos. Division Day dropped some huge news for the Division 2 Year 5, which will release in early June of this year. It comes with a few big bombs I'm excited to share with you. Here is everything you need to know in a tight little package.
The start of a multi-season rebuild of the Castle Settlement that'll bring the devastated landmark back to life with renewed purpose. Part of the premium pass for Season 1 Broken Wings, you'll be able to unlock pieces of the Splinter Cell apparel to help you Fifth Freedom your way all throughout DC and NYC. So, when does this all kick off? Season 1 Broken Wings takes flight in early June.
Descent game mode is coming, and that looked cooler than ever. So I'm really excited for the Descent mode. Still a lot to uncover there, but they did definitely get a good hype trailer out on that. So then we have the PTS test mode for Descent starting tomorrow. So that means it's going to be PC only. I don't know if there's going to be NDA on that. Some sort of a new incursion is happening in Year 5. That's huge.
Season 2 will bring a challenging new incursion as you venture out to the Merritt Estate to confront the cleaners. And in Season 3, it's back to New York City for the holidays and new revelations about Aaron Keener and his rogues.
Wait for it, dramatic pause.
New story DLC with new zones, new main missions, and a whole new endgame structure.
Oh God, I pooped my pants. It's funny when it happens to other people.
New DLC. Wow. That's what I was hoping for. We're going to get a new DLC in Year 5. Big deal. That's a big deal because it's like a Division 3 in a ways. It's not, right? But do you remember how things really broke out when we had just a Division 2 and then Warlords came out, right? So they dropped, this is what happens. They're going to give you a new DLC and then they're going to build on that DLC. And that's what happened with Warlords, right? We got Warlords and it was just there. We got the watch and blah, 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 new map. And then they built on top of that, right? As I think Countdown is Warlords, isn't it? And so the Summit is Warlords too, I think. And so like this, they start building on top of the DLC because it allows them to take a divergent path for development. That's really, really cool. It's like a segue into Division 3. And so I'm really liking that because to be honest with you, I want Division 3 too, but I'd rather have a DLC right now. And the reason why is because I'm not ready to let go of the Division 2. And if they give us a Division 3, then I'll basically be migrating over eventually completely. You know what I mean? And I'm not ready to give up the Division 2. I love this game. So for me, I prefer a DLC at this point in time. I still want a Division 3 for later, of course. Who doesn't? But whoa. New DLC. So we know we got to get the Descent mode and Incursion. That's major new content. The Descent mode and the Incursion together. And then a new endgame structure. That's a bomb, right? All in its own. Right? That's the nuke. Like, what does that mean? A new endgame structure? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Nah, I don't think that means just gear level 50. I think it means way more than that. And I have no idea. I mean, I could only guess, right? Is that the specializations? So if they redo the specializations, they're remaking the Division 2. Just so you know that. That's an ambitious objective. So that's a very ambitious objective. So like in order to be doing that kind of thing, we're going to rewriting the code for the Division, and I can see that happening in the DLC, and I think that might be related. They're going to redo and restructure the specializations for the DLC potentially, and that might all start with the foundation of those specializations, and that's going to be like maybe a path that will allow us to build up our skill set. Immediate armor kits, maybe a specialization and being able to run faster or resistance to fire or whatever. Who knows, right? Who knows? I don't know what that means, but that's a big deal. So we can only venture guesses there. New in-game structure. And so we did see also there's going to be a Splinter Cell apparel event as one of the things they featured. I assume there's going to be more apparel events than that, but yeah. They did mention Division Day big sales, so it can be discounts in the game, so that's inviting more players into the game. That's the point of that. The Descent game mode, they said, is going to be free to all players even if you don't own Warlords of New York. And that's different than like Countdown, because Countdown, I think, requires Warlords. So the new Descent game mode is going to be inviting more players into the universe. So people that haven't purchased the Warlords as well can enter that one. The Resurgence test will be this summer, and you can sign up now for that. They talked about a webtoon of Division 2. like some sort of web episode in kind of like a cartoon comic format. They did say 2 action figures coming. So if you need a man dolls are coming to the Division 2. We saw the Heartland new trailer. I thought it was actually a pretty good trailer. It was really in depth, wasn't it? Jeez, it was a long trailer, but it looked good. You know, I think they saw a lot of footage in there, a little bit of gameplay happening. I think some of us were commenting here on Twitch that it had a Division 1 vibe to it. I think especially when you looked at your stats and survivability and the simplicity in menus. That might all be because it's still early in the game and they haven't fleshed out the visual packages, but it looked very simple menus, simple structure on the menus. The armor bars and all that stuff looked like you were made out of paper. 1 bullet and you're down, you know, so it was like a lot different than the Division 2. So the textures are probably not there, and that's why it looks very Division 1-esque, but I think textures have updated since then. PC closed beta for Heartland will be this summer. No date set. So the big takeaway is the Division 2 is not dead, despite the lonely rumors in the bottom of everybody's comments feed on videos. There's always that one guy that shows up and says, the Division's dead. I'm like, really? We're here. They're reinvesting in the game. I think this all comes out, if you guys kind of track this backwards, all this activity is coming from the investor meeting, right? Where they shut a lot of games down and said, let's focus on our biggest franchises. And the Division 1 or the Division is one of those. So it's a reinvestment into, you know, the key titles. And so, you know, we were talking earlier, is the Division 3 out there? And now I'm a little more hopeful that, of course, there was no mention of the Division 3, but if they're investing in a new DLC, then my bet is this could fork into 2 ways. Okay, 1, they're investing in a new DLC to buy time for Heartland development and release, to build up the Division universe player base so that when Resurgence and Heartland come out, people transition over, adopt the new game easier. So that's one thing. And then they release Division 3, which takes a few years of development, of course, to follow up with that, or the DLC is giving them time to develop into Division 3. It's all a big secret, but I don't know. But I think after seeing how much they're investing in year 5, it makes me think that they're tracking to put out another Division game of some sort. So it's still a question mark because it could all be about Heartland and Resurgence. So they could be doing this major investment into the Division 2 so that they can build up the Division universe player base so that we adopt Heartland, X-Defiant, Resurgence, whatever, easier as a community. Or they're going to continue traction with the Division 2 also. And or is the question, right? And or. There's no doubt about the Heartland part. There's no doubt. I have no doubts about it. You know, they're investing more into Division 2 because Heartland's still under development and they want to migrate us all over there. Or get us to adopt that game. Not leave the Division 2, but get us to adopt that game. The and or part, they're also going to be further developing in Division 3 as long as we have a successful year 5. They've seen growth. I've seen growth. I've seen growth on the channel and in the game. And so they're definitely growing, the Division 2 is. And so I'm seeing lots of new players. And if they're seeing growth, they're doubling down on that. So they're going to want more growth in year 5 to rebuild up the brand. And then if year 5 goes well, then I think we can look forward to a Division 3 or some sort of offshoot. So, woo! So tell me, what is your favorite part? I gotta know. Is it Heartland? Is it year 5? Or is it Resurgence? What's got you pumped?
Follow me.